house. What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? I am here, Donna Smith, aka Lady D. Let me move my Lysol out the way. Y'all see my Lysol? Oh man. At least you can see that I am trying to clean it up, huh? Clean it up. So how y'all doing? This is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady D, with some late day conversation for you. Just wanted to chime in, say, hey, what's up? See how you guys are doing. Um, yes, we're at the end. We're at the end of this year. It is going down. These are the last 4 days. And I must tell you, I am a little excited about embarking upon some new um focuses, some new direction. I'm usually always trying to stay on that page, but extremely so that we're going into a new year. I'm anticipating some really good new refreshment in a lot of ways. I would say the last 6 months of this year has been extremely trying. So I am definitely ready. And, I just wanted to kind of chime in on some things today. For those of you who didn't watch the show on the live on Monday, the Grown Folk Table Talk, um, you missed out. But it's still there for you to view, share, like, ring that bell, all that. But it was some good debates, good talk, and one of the main topics that was touched on was in regards to relationships, getting with someone and identifying what's right for you, you know, what's right for you early on. If that person is right for you early on, say like the first year, sometimes in the first couple of years. And the debate was strong because it was some talk about some people don't show certain situations. You don't go through certain situations in the first year or two. And one of my main points was, um, usually folks show who they are within the first year. Excuse me, meaning you're going to have some situations that you're going to go through, real life situations. I'm not saying people going out and cheating on you and stuff like that, but you're gonna deal with some issues, some life issues. You may go through financial. You may go through um, perhaps somebody did cheat. You may go through dealing with each other's children, grown children, boundaries, stuff like that. If you have vices, stuff that you do that your mate did not know that you were embarking upon, or something you used to do in the past that now has come up and resurfaced again in your present and possibly your future. And so, even though not all those things will show their faces, but you do have something that will try to peek its way out. And if it's not the first year, it's at least the second year. And you do have those who get along perfectly together. I mean, they don't argue, they have commonalities, they don't have any issues, they don't have any separation, going in two different directions. They're coming together on all aspects, and their friendship and everything is on point. At the end of the day, though, we all are going to embark upon real life situations at some point or another. So if in fact that small amount, the few that don't go through it the first year or the first 2 years, usually it does hit. It's gonna hit where reality will, slap you. Wow, they deal with things way different from me. Um, because certain things do come about. And I'm not saying you can't get along and you can't be all in it to win it, but you have differences of upbringing, differences of opinion, differences of how you feel things should be done. And some deal with their vices differently. Say for instance, a social drinker. You're both social drinkers. However, one has boundaries and one don't, or one has a filter and one don't. one kind of pushes over and beyond and gets intoxicated to the point that it alters their whole personality. They become really mean, they become very challenging to deal with, they become very verbal. The old school, they used to say, well, if a drunk, if whatever a drunk tells you or do, believe them, because they speaking the truth. Okay, so some will come out in a way that's very ugly. Now you have those who drink, and what they want to do and is go to sleep. They want to relax, chill, go to sleep, and it ain't no issue. But you do have those who become altered and very, very ugly, very ugly. And sometimes these things don't come out right away. You could be dealing with someone who has a past drinking problem, that in the time that you've known them and met them, they have been clean from that. And some people tell you about their past and some don't, which you really should with something like that if you're talking about moving forward with someone. But some don't. So they may have had a past drinking issue, and they have been delivered from that, and they have been doing great over the years. But then, for whatever reason, they think that they can have those little sippies sometime, and I'll just have a little wine, or I just have a little something, I just have a little something. And it brings back the desire and the physiological and mental craving to want to go back, and they end up plunging back into that dungeon that they've come from. So we do have that. And then all of a sudden you may find out a year or two after being involved that, wow, this person has a drink problem, and they did before they met me, but they had gotten over it, but now it's coming out. And by then you're all the way in it, and you're loving them, you're committed, you're loyal. And one of the other things that was brought up, a point was brought up, is if you have loyalty, commitment, trust, a heartfelt connection, you have morals and things of that nature, and you come together, your foundation is going to be definitely strong when you have those particular things in the midst of. But you also can find a challenge if certain things do happen within that year or two that you may not can deal with. Let's say, for instance, you have um, you have come really, really deep with, you have a deep thought of, and a deep stance on not wanting to be with anyone who smokes cigarettes. And then all of a sudden this person used to smoke but don't smoke, but then start back smoking. And that's a game changer for you. You don't want to be around that smoke, you don't want to deal with a smoker, you don't want to kiss a smoker, you don't want to smell like a smoker, you don't want to deal with it. So you can't make a person stop doing what they want to do. They grown. And if they make a choice to do it, you either have to make a choice to deal with it, or you make a choice to throw everything down the drain. These are deal breakers. These are things that come up, and you have no other choice but to most times exit stage left, because in the first year or two this came up, it came out. And that's why it's important to try to get to know each other. I'm not saying date forever. I'm not trying to say, some date for a month, I mean a year. Please don't say a month. A good year, and they decide that I want to get married. You're the one, blah blah blah, and they go roll that boat and take that chance. And it is about taking a chance. You do take a chance, because some people change over time. Some people, even if certain things did come out and you worked them out and you dealt with them, bigger things come up later that you cannot deal with. And people grow apart. They grow apart, and before you know it, your situation is whoop, gone down the drain, right? So I say, make sure the connection is solid, make sure your foundation is strong, make sure that all the keys is there: the trust, the communication, the love, the connection, the loyalty, the commitment, that you guys have a respect for one another, that you have common morals together, and things of that nature. You have to make sure those things are in place to build a very solid foundation. Because trust me, trials are going to come. It's not going to be forever bliss and just everything is wonderful and it's rowing this boat in a very happy, gappy, gappy way. Challenges do come amiss. And if your foundation is not solid, then you're not going to be able to hold that house up. It's going to crumble. It's going to seriously crumble. So make sure that you have that solid, strong foundation. And that's one of the main points that I was making. It's not about people cannot go through the first year or two and, something boom, boom, boom happens. I mean, sometimes you do kind of slide on through without monetary things happening, without major fusses, but something usually comes up. It may not be those things, but it may be the kids. It may be I say no, you say go. It may be they spend a little bit too much money. It may be that your physical bonding has depleted and one or the other is not satisfied or happy with that, and you're complacent and okay with it and your mate is not. It's all kinds of things, challenges that could actually bring about some frustration. So that was the main point. And then another thing I want to talk about, some of us who have went through the challenge of losing a whole lot of weight and um, have succeeded, and I have been one of them. I've lost like 100 pounds um, within the last 2 years, and I thank God for that. I feel so much better, healthier, and I feel at peace about a lot of things. No, it don't make us exempt from having issues. I have a esophagus thing going on right now, basically because I had a hiatal hernia repair done um, that seemed to have caused this esophagus issue after the fact. So I'm dealing with that now. However, a lot of the other issues have depleted or actually went way down. So I feel more healthier, energetic, and it wasn't about trying to look great because I felt like I looked great being a plumpy plump, and it's just your self esteem. It's just how you feel either way. And one of the main reasons I went on my weight loss journey is due to wanting to be more healthier, to not hopefully not get caught up in the stigma, in the issues of what our genetics pass down, the high blood pressure, the diabetes, the heart diseases and things of that nature, heart attack, strokes. You try to put yourself in more of a healthier state so that you won't be as um, prone to get these things. But you have those who they kind of liked you at your plumpy plump stage, and they're into that, and they make little comments every now and then, like, "Ooh, your butt used to look like that, a big old round watermelon butt," or "Yeah, you ain't got no butt no more. You a little old Asian butt," quote unquote, not to offend anybody. Um, or Yeah, you don't need to lose no more weight. You just, man, you just small. You used to be thick and fine. Well, some of those comments, you guys, could be very, very, very insulting, because I'm gonna tell you right now, it don't matter if I ain't gonna say 90 pounds. I don't want to be 90 pounds, but if I was 140 pounds or I was 240, because at one time I was 260 something. Okay, so the thing is, if you feel good about yourself and if your self esteem is on point, because I was a beautiful woman at a really voluptuous state, very attractive, very beautiful, self confidence on point. Okay, always came at it on the real. I mean, that was then, this is now. The only difference now is that the person inside has definitely, the only difference is that I'm smaller. But the person inside has definitely not changed. I am who I am. My heart is who it is, whether it's plump or whether it's small. And that's something we can't change. So whether you get the jokes and the this or that or whatever, whatever, at the end of the day, the character and heartfelt of a person, people will lose weight or some people will get to a certain status in life and become very ugly. They will become very ugly, very conceited, very this, very that. I am in no way that way. But when someone makes comments about the way it used to be compared to the way it is now, they're not fun comments because what you're saying is that you're not on a certain level as you used to be because you're smaller. And I liked the plumpness before and it was the bomb, but now you're just no, stop it. Stop it. Compliment the person on their achievements. Let it be known that you are proud of them. Let it be known that they are at a healthier state and that you love them any way they are. Because I don't look at the outer physical adornments of a person, whether you're a chunky dude or a smaller dude or a medium dude. Everybody have their likes and dislikes. Some people just don't like them too big. I mean, I have concerns if you're too big that your health is going to be um jaded. You're going to start having health issues. You're going to have energy issues. You're going to have stamina issues. There's a lot of things that, it's even hard for a big person to fly because the seatbelt don't really click. And then you have to get an extension. And if the extension don't fit, then you got to get two seats and all that kind of stuff. It's challenges being big. So, I mean, I never had to get extensions or two seats, but my seatbelt was tight at one time. My sister had to kind of hold it in and sit still and be like, woo wee, let's hurry up and get this flight. Let's get there. Woo, woo, woo. That kind of thing. Now I can just whoop, whoop, bam. It's cool. But, so I say that to say, we have to love ourselves no matter what skin we're in. And you have to do what's good for you. You have to focus on what's great for you. What is it that is your my main focus was being in a healthier state. My main focus was getting that weight off, and I was having a hard time doing it because I was getting older, metabolism had changed, and I was just kind of stuck. Okay. So I had to do some things. I had to make it happen because it was important to me at that stage in my life. It wasn't that I just want to be the finest looking thing out there and da 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 da. Because you can be smaller and not be fine. You can be smaller and be the worst attitude and personality there is. So it has nothing to do with size, but you need to feel good about doing something and changing things for you. Whether it's vices that you have, whether it's your weight you want to lose, whether it's your attitude you're working on, whether it's going to get help for, a substance addiction, whether it's going to talk to someone regarding a mental condition, whatever it is, you have to be at a point where you're ready to get help for you, not for nobody else. I didn't do anything for anybody else. This was straight up for me because I had people telling me all day long, "You don't need to lose no weight, girl. Girl, bye, you fine, you fine." But they wasn't dealing with the knees hurting, the back hurting, and all that. Because you gotta look at it like this: if you're carrying around 100 plus more pounds, your feet, your back, your knees, everything, your heart, everything is working faster, and you got all this mass leaning on these body parts. And that's why when you first lose weight, like when I first started losing weight, my body was going through a shift because the weight was coming off. Hi, Antoine. Long time. Happy holidays. Um, I went through a shift where my hip was hurting, my knee was hurting, my back was hurting, everything was hurting, and I was losing weight. And I had to ask the doctor, "Why am I hurting?" They say when your body is used to this thick mass of stuff, and then you're bringing it down, and so your muscles and everything have to adjust to this weight loss, and that eventually went away. But I'm gonna tell you, I went through some physical changes and some mental changes because I would still go in the store and still go to the bigger girl size clothes. Sometimes I still do peek over there. I'm like, let me see what's going on over there. And then I'll hold something up and I'll be like, girl, bye. That is not, you can't, girl, get over there. Get over there to your size now. Come on, get over there. But I still, because I don't feel smaller like that. But people who see me and who come around me that ain't seen me, especially in a while, be like, girl, you all right? And it kills me. They be looking at you like, is her skin cool? Does she look like she on something? That's the first thing people, they want to figure out if you got something going on. But I'm here to tell y'all, I ain't got nothing like that going on. No. I just went on a weight loss journey and it is good. I focused. I did what I had to do to get it off. And I'm thanking God that He was in my corner helping me through it all. So those who give those little comments and say that little stuff about how big the booty used to be before, okay, right on. Probably be a little bump back there again. I mean, I got something, but it ain't like it was, okay, but it's something. And it just may be a bubble back there, that eventually when things shift around, but I ain't as long as I'm healthy, I ain't tripping on the bubble butt. And I ain't going to get no bubble butt. You ain't got to worry about me going to get nothing cut off of this and putting it back there. And they may make the booty lopsided. The booty may not be right. You may have too much high. You may have too much low. Look, I ain't. So I just had to speak on that. I usually don't talk about um, my weight loss journey or things of that nature, but self esteem is very important. And for those of you who are challenged with going through some things, especially weight loss, you know, it's a mental thing. You have to be ready. You don't need to say I'm going to do it when the new year comes. You don't need to say I'm going to do it in 2 weeks or I'm going to do it next month or whatever. Do it when you're ready. You don't have to verbalize nothing. It don't have to be a New Year's resolution. Just do it when you're ready because you have to mentally be ready to achieve this. Work hard on this. Nobody's going to get you through that but you. So that's what's up with that. But again, as far as you know, taking time to marinate things in a new connection with someone, take your time. There's no need to rush. If somebody is meant for you and it's going to be about you and them, it's going to happen and you both going to know it and it's going to fall into place. You're not going to have to rush going to bed. You're not going to have to rush moving in. You're not going to have to rush putting the ring on it. You're not going to have to rush these things. But as we become more mature and older, you don't want to wait 10 years either to do it. I mean, I'm not trying to wait 10 years. I'm not trying to put a time on it, but I want to do it when it's right for both of us and when it's right with me knowing and feeling that you are the one because I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you. You get with me on a serious, but and I'm telling everybody. I hope you see this. If we get together on a serious note and you decide that you made a mistake or whatever, I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you. So you gotta make sure. And this is it. So we ain't rushing nothing because I want you to make show, okay? For a show. But anyway, I had to step on in here, say hi to y'all, see what's up. We got 4 more days. We're going to be counting down each day. I'm going to be here tomorrow with you talking about some grown folk talk and discussion with my grown folks. Y'all so grown and sexy. I just love you all. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell so you'll be notified when I do these little videos. And do know that we're going into a greater year. It's going to be greater content. It's going to be more consistent content. It's going to be more real grown folk type of topics. You know, I've toned it down a little bit, but I go sometimes you better watch out because sometimes I'll start talking about some stuff that I'd be like, ooh, they about to take this video down. Girl. But that's real life talk. We gotta put stuff on the table and talk about it. You know, it's no sense of holding back. It's no sense of, the words may be used a little different and tastefully, but the message is gonna be clear. It's gonna be very clear. Okay. So we got a new year coming, y'all. I'm ready. I'm excited. And guess what? We gonna all do this together. So on that note, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a great evening. Okay. See ya.